Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. It's been a hot minute since I've worked on this, so you know, thank you for being patient. I promise you, I totally didn't forget about this. But yeah, today is just gonna be kind of a sort of a chill day, chill streaming, getting a feel for the characters again. So I'll go ahead and get to it. So we're not gonna be working on the script today. We're actually gonna be working on the characters, um, and don't mind my writing music. It's just kind of some two steps in hell. Or two steps from hell. It's part of the writing process. And yes, Jeff, thank you so much for stopping by. It looks like you are the first. So in the bottom right hand side of the screen, you can see the main character AJ and her avatar Pandora. Art by the very talented Miki. Make sure. Okay, there we go. Make sure the music's not too loud. Give me just a moment. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. It is a hack for writing, man. It gets the fucking creative juices flowing like no other. But let's see. Hold up. Let me pull up some other stuff here. Give me just a moment. Hey, Richie.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a writing stream. Did we have?
You put it in like the private stream session, but you tell everyone to come join.
No. It is the private stream call so that only Fat Dogs and other people can join the private stream.
But you put it in the content thing.
Because it is content?
But like everybody can see that?
Yeah, no, it's my own little side project that that I've been working on for a while. It is going to be like a Fat Dog audio thing. So
Very confuzzled, but okay.
Yeah, this is something that I've worked on publicly before. So
Okay. Just before everybody gets in here, dumb idea that we talked about toward the end of AWA that I needed to pitch you.
so
We wanted to take a bunch of like moments from Attack on Titan of like the humans fighting the Titans and just cut it to sounds of Miss Piggy fight noises. For no reason whatsoever. We just wanted to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just wanted to pitch that idea and be like, hey, we want to do this thing and we're going to do this thing.
I mean, dude, we've done more random things in the past. I point to Clam Chowder and Can Opener.
Okay. Yeah, I was just letting you know we're doing this thing. We could publish it on the Fat Dog channel or we could publish it somewhere else, but we're going to do this thing.
Sure. Yeah, no, it'll be fun. Just for shits and gigs, why not? We
Yeah.
have not shit post in a long time, so we're overdue for some shit post.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was like, hey, we're doing this thing with or without your blessing. It's going on some channel.
Yeah, no, you know what?
But,
I'm all for some shit posting. Why not?
All right, cool. Yeah, because we haven't done some truly dumb in a long time, and like we were overdue. Crap, I pressed the wrong button.
Okay, well, if you want to chill here with me, you're welcome to. But if you got other stuff to do, that's all good.
I'm just playing video games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get my music back then.
All right.
But so anyway, I guess just if chat has any questions about kind of the premise of what Win or Die is.
Oh, you're actually streaming.
Yes.
Fuck! I didn't mean to talk about that publicly.
Oh. If you heard that. There's only like 3 people.
Fuck. That was supposed to be like a you and me thing. When you said private stream,
No.
I thought it was only like
Yeah, no, by private stream, meaning I'm hosting it in the private stream call so that only people with a certain level of access can join on live the stream. Because I put it in the everyone so you can see that it's being streamed.
God damn it, I pressed the wrong button again. I hate this. I'm like, change characters! And, like, that's not the button to change characters.
Okay, well, and I'm dropping my pen everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, motherfucker.
I love it when you talk dirty. Okay, alright, so... Anyway, for those of you just joining us, I am working on an audio drama side project called Win or Die. In the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you can see the main character AJ and her avatar Pandora. On the screen, you can kind of see where, so the idea of Win or Die is the whole premise of the story is sort of yes, hello Leafy, you are cat. The whole premise is we are going to be having these characters, sort of, the idea is breaking into esports instead of having them be like, you know, oh, this is a story about people in esports already. No, this is about, you know, your average everyday high schooler in this case trying to break into that and start forming a team. Everything that kind of goes into that.
I think you pitched this concept to me before.
Yes, I did. Very, very long time ago.
Like, yeah, you
back
pitched,
when,
like, the esports concept.
Yeah. This was back when I worked for you, not the other way around.
Yeah. I mean, you could go back to working for me. That's kind of a novel idea.
You know what? We'll do it for a day, opposite day.
Nah, I miss those days, man.
So,
back when I didn't have to ask you for permission on things, man. I miss that.
Pining for the olden days, huh?
When I had more creative freedom, yeah.
It is what it is, man.
When I could just do shit and not have to ask for permission. Like
But-
Oliver Twist in his bowl of gruel. Please, sir, may I have some more?
I mean, to be fair, though, in terms of your creative freedom, there are very few things that I am not okay with.
Also true.
Like, I have maybe said no to you maybe 3 or 4 times?
More like 7, but to be fair, point still stands.
Yeah. So, I'm a pretty relaxed dude when it comes to creative freedom. But anyway, so, back to what's on screen. So, you'll see here that we have the sort of base layout for how her character Pandora is going to operate within this fictional game that we have going. By the way, the name of the game is Legacy, and that is a reference to Darkon's first original story that he worked on when I was working on when I first met him.
It could be worse. At least it's not League.
Yeah, exactly. Although I would be lying if I didn't say we aren't getting inspiration from some League stuff. But so Pandora's character is a chimera between a panther and a dragon because it seemed like a fun combination.
Because of course.
I mean, dude, look at them fucking abs, man. You could grind cheese on that. You could grind meat on those things.
Good lord, you could grind meat on it.
Exactly. So, Pandora, her whole style is she's what's called a stance dancer. You know, she'll swap between her 2 stances depending on what she needs to do. So, hand-to-hand combat base, so she's an upfront kind of bruiser. Think Udyr from League of Legends, if that helps. Sure, Pandora gains attack speed based on her percentage of missing health. Her damage stance, resource bar, fills for each successful attack landed on an enemy. Her mobility stance, resource bar, fills for each successfully evaded attack. So while she's in damage stance, her abilities and basic attacks do more damage based on how full the resource bar is. So the more she hits you, the harder she hits you. damage stance does more damage per hit, but she also hits slower. And she takes increased damage. So, it's sort of like she starts off slow, right? But then she hits you more, and she also takes increased damage. So the more damage she takes, the faster she starts hitting. So it's a very high risk, high reward. So then when she gets too low, and needs to start regenerating health, she shifts stance to the mobility stance, and it converts the percentage of attack damage instead to evasion, and increases her mobility and health regen. So she comes in, she starts off kind of slow, is hitting you. The more she gets hit and the more damage she does to you, the faster she starts hitting. But then she gets too low, then it's time to go on the offense or the defensive. Then she starts getting harder to hit, and her health regens. So it's kind of a fun, high risk, high reward play style that me and my cousin spent like 3 days spitballing ideas for how we would balance this character, and he should be joining here shortly. So the motherfucker is actually, I think, playing a game of League right now. Motherfucking basic bitch.
Oh, please.
I know, I knew it too.
I was gonna say, you're one of them.
Yeah. Although, granted, up until recently, I haven't really been playing much League. I've only started playing again, like, in the last week or so.
I don't even have it, so...
Not anymore. You did at one point, I know.
Like, I have played, I think, in my entire life, a grand total of, like, 4 games of League.
And I was there for 3 of them.
Yep, that's it.
So, down here,
cup of tea.
underneath AJ and Pandora, you'll see that there are 5 other characters. So, as per, just like with League, you have a team of 5 on each side, right? Morning, Crafter. I am working on my old side project of Win or Die. You can see the main character and her avatar in the bottom right hand of the screen. If you can't tell, the art was done by Miki. And so you'll see on screen the listed main characters. So we've got the main character AJ and Pandora. Underneath...
we met Miki last weekend.
Yeah, she was telling me about that earlier, actually. Yeah.
Like,
It does though, doesn't it, Jeff? Like you see it and you're like, oh, that was definitely made by Miki. It's just got that style, you know.
I realized I could probably go to a KaiCon and just crash at my brother's house because he's like fucking 10-15 minutes away.
Nice. Speaking of
crash at my brother's house. Why not? Yeah.
Speaking of con, I applied for a panel at a convention here in Indiana in February. So. It's the only one that's scheduled for 2023 so far. So yeah.
No, not one con, one panel. Just one panel.
Yeah, just one panel. I mean, it's a 2-hour panel for what it's worth.
So, more than one.
I can't really think of what else I would do. I'm kind of covering everything that I want to talk about in that one panel.
What are you doing in that one panel? What is the panel?
Kind of the same thing that I did at Indie PopCon, except longer.
What are you doing?
So, just going into how things are done for voice acting, abridging, and directing, writing, that sort of thing. You know,
those are 4 separate panels.
The thing is, though, is I don't feel like I have enough information on each subject for it to be its own panel.
Oh my god. You do. You have more than enough information through experience and knowledge and work alone.
You think so? I don't, dude. You know me.
That was the audio equivalent of like a face palm. Put that. Yes. It's too early in the day for me to just start shouting, but yes. Okay. We did our first panel that we did. Okay. Just doing the slime panel and showing like examples of our work with just the slime panel was like an hour and a half, right? breaking down the LHA scene, and just talking about like, okay, literally just breaking down LHA 10 and actually showing episode 10 of Log Horizon Abridged proper, right? Because they're and just talking about like what all went into creating that scene from a writing standpoint, from an audio standpoint, from a directing standpoint, from a voiceover standpoint, all that stuff. That took an hour. And then there's actually showing the actual episode. That just that alone took an hour, you know? And then there's just the answering questions portion. Because you're always going to have stuff that you are going to want to interact with your audience about. There's going to be that stuff. There's going to be just voiceover alone from the perspective, because you have multiple perspectives as a voice actor, as a director.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
There are things. Okay, so there's a voice acting workshop that you can put on. There's participating with people, giving them a chance to come up and voice stuff. It's always more fun to let, and again, it's not something that we're looking for people. We're not looking for voice actors. We're not looking for talent, but it's nice to find. I mean, that's like a nice bonus, but it's also just kind of letting people come up and voice your shit and have fun, you know?
That is a valid point. I may apply for some more panels then. We'll see.
Like, we did that one, and like we said, we kind of got shafted, and that's mostly on me. We got shafted with the time for it. But, like, look at how many people showed up for the voiceover panel at the beginning of the con.
Yeah.
Early day one, very beginning, first panel, and we had to get moved to a bigger room because so many people showed up for it.
Yeah, show those fuckers putting you in a smaller room.
Well, that was kind of on me. I didn't expect that many people were going to show up because I was like, oh, there's going to be bigger voiceover talent there. You know, everybody's going to want to show up for theirs. We're nobodies. I severely underestimated us. That was on me. So now I know better. Yeah. I was just like, oh, you know, there's actual voice actors that would put on actual. I was like, oh, fuck that. Okay. Have more faith in us. Okay. We're going to put on actual voice acting workshops. I'm going to. That was a kick in the ego, let me tell you. And not negatively, very positively a kick in the ego. Yeah, so just here's the thing. I just sitting down and thinking about it, like, okay, so just, you know, we were talking about like the Abridged Day thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just off the top of my head, if we were to do the Abridged Day, just say if I were to just sit down and put down panels that I could do just about abridging in general, not even basic stuff surrounding anime, just abridging in general, just around Fat Dog abridging in general, I could put together 10 panels that would last an hour and a half a piece.
God damn, yeah, I guess you're right.
I could do that just about Fat Dog. Now, that's not even talking about Log Horizon, Slime, Shield Hero, Air Gear, any of the stuff that we abridge. Now let's say we actually started talking about the shows that we abridge. Talking about those actual anime and promoting those anime. Oh shit. Now because we have kind of unofficially become the Isekai abridging channel.
We kind of have, actually.
Yeah, that's why last night we were talking about like Gundam and mechs and stuff like that, because I was like, guys, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about mech anime while everybody was playing Minecraft. We were talking about Gundam for a while, because I was like, guys, we've kind of gotten off on like this tangent of everybody thinks all we do is isekai. I'm like, we watch other shows too.
I mean, shit, dude. The first project you and I, quote unquote, worked on together was a
Was a
fucking
Gundam.
was a Gundam abridged.
Gundam Wing. I had to come to the defense. I had to come to the defense of Gundam Wing last night because everybody was like shitting on Gundam Wing in the call, and I was like, all right, listen here, you little fuckers. No, I was like, first off, there wouldn't be, you guys wouldn't be talking about Gundam if it wasn't for Wing, because Wing is what brought Gundam over to the West. So show some goddamn respect.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then, but also they were talking about like Wing is nothing but edgelords. It's like the edgelord BTS of like the Gundam. I'm like, look, motherfucker, no, you're misremembering. Clearly, you weren't paying attention. Wing is fucking awesome. The whole thing was, the whole premise of Wing was they were talking about like they were breaking down what is the purpose of a soldier, how far is too far, how much have you lost your humanity, what is like the breakdown between a good soldier versus how far have you pushed a person until they've lost their humanity. They're like, Troa is like, you know, this, and I'm like, Troa's not a person. They have literally lost all their like humanity because they've lost all their memories. They're not a person. They're trying to regain their humanity because they've lost all their memories. They're trying to relearn what it is to be a person. And I'm like, they were talking about Hero, and I'm like, Hero is the most broken person.
Yeah, I think a lot of people shit on it because the English dub was fucking awful.
The English dub, actually, I love the English dub.
I can't watch the English dub. It's so bad.
I've never heard the Japanese. I've never heard the Japanese version. Never. I've never watched it sub.
Like the thing is though, is it's the Relina. Her name is Relina, right? That's the main girl. Yeah, it's Relina's English like take on the dub that I can't. Like, why aren't you going to kill me, Hero? Like, just, it's so deadpan. And I'm like, oh my god, act, please.
That's not the actor's fault. That's the direction she
no,
was
oh, no, I know. And I'm not shitting
100%.
on, I'm not shitting on the actor.
That is the transition between the old way of dubbing and to the new way of dubbing.
Yeah.
Like, that is the transition period. Because you got some, here's the thing. I have watched all of those actors do shows, do other shows. Like, here's the funny thing. I can go from watching those same voice actors do shit like Inuyasha and Ranma 1/2, and they do very, very different characters. Dude, the funniest thing is watching the guy that voices Wu Fei do something like Tatewake Kuno from Ranma 1/2, who is a very, very different character. So still a very serious archetypal character, but like this character is like 100% in love with the female version of Ranma and is absolutely obsessed with like dating her. And it's like, it's so silly, but like it is done for very comedic effect, and it's like completely different style, and it's like night and day, the performances. Like, if you, but once again, getting back to that like case study, the only character in there that is like an edgelord in that series is Wu Fei.
Well,
no,
it's
Wu Fei. No, Wu Fei is the edgelord. Hero is literally just a broken fucking person. Hero isn't an edgelord. That's just a broken human being that has been pushed to a state where they no longer, like, that is a person that no longer has emotions. They're pushed to a point of they're not really a human being. They're more or less a functioning machine, and they're slowly being forced to recognize their humanity and slowly become a human being. That's the arc of Hirayui, is like they start out as the quote-unquote perfect soldier following orders, blah blah blah, and then slowly they are forced to regain their humanity over the course of the series. That's the whole point. That's the story arc of Hirayui. It's not, that's not the edgelord. Edgelords are whiny.
Oh, yeah, I guess by that definition, you're right.
Edgelords,
Yeah.
edgelords are very emotional. Everybody's like, "Oh, edgelords are stoic." No, like if you pay attention, Batman's a fucking edgelord. Batman is emotional.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, hey, Benny, thank you so much for
Sorry.
finally getting
Yes,
here, you basic
I am
bitch.
sorry
you.
I am late. Yes.
Playing League.
No, it was a Valorant game actually.
Oh,
Oh, so much worse.
yeah, that is so much worse. All right, so guys, what I was telling you earlier was my cousin Benny. He helped me come up with the you can see here the first kind of how Pandora plays in game, and so I asked him to join me here today to kind of help me at the very least get Envy ready to go for his in-game play style.
Ooh, yeah.
All right,
Trap,
later,
I
guys.
like this guy.
Say again, Benny?
But I like this guy. I like the trap, the trap assassin.
No, we're not doing the Trap Assassin. That's Zero. We're doing Envy.
Oh, I see. I misread that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because,
Okay,
so, AJ and Pandora are, AJ and, Fat Dog really is a family business. You have no idea. So, AJ and Pandora are the main characters. Christopher, aka Topher, and Envy are the duotagonist, the secondary main character.
Right.
So, the idea behind him is he is basically kind of like the Xerath, almost, where, you know, he's sort of, because he doesn't operate well under pressure, right? So his whole idea is because he starts off as, he wants to be a hyper carry. You know, he wants to be the up in the, you know, mid to close range hyper carry character because that's what his older brother plays.
Right.
And his older brother is his in-game character name is Pride.
Right.
Yeah. So we got a theme going. You'll notice we've got Envy and Wrath on this side. We got a Deadly Sin thing going on that will be revealed kind of as the story progresses. I'm actually really excited for that. And Benny here actually helped me a lot with the world building on this.
Yes, yeah, I remember that. That was a bit ago.
It was a bit, but dude, we spent like what 4 hours in a phone call just talking about it.
One day, yeah.
Yeah, just fucking talk. Like, dude, it was magical. So, anyway, so Topher starts off as wanting to be a hyper carry, right? But his sensibilities just doesn't work. He can't handle being in the thick of it. He's built differently, right? But because he wanted to emulate his brother, hence the name Envy, he's envious of his brother and what he can do. He wanted to be the hyper carry for his team, and it wasn't until Kelly or Wrath ended up coaching him and saying, yeah, dude, you're not cut out for this. Why don't you try this instead? Where he becomes sort of the long-range map control strategist of the team. And so that's with that idea in mind is kind of what I want to, how I want to base his character. So, and I've got the league champions up here that we can pull from on like inspiration if we want to. But he's going to be long range. But I don't know if I want his long range to be like magical or what. You know what I mean?
Or like actual artillery.
Yeah, or maybe a mixture of the two. Who knows? Maybe kind of like a steampunk almost, like magical, like a hex tech almost.
Yeah, that would be cool actually. So how long range are we talking? Like.
Ooh, that's the first episode draft. We'll go to that later. So as he starts off, it is mainly so the idea is he works closely with Zero, with Eve, because they're the high mobility, giving him and their traps are kind of like Teemo's traps, where it gives a little bit of vision around them. So he's going to be working very closely with Eve, or Zero in this case. And so his artillery is going to get more powerful and longer range as the game progresses. So it's not going to be like super, you know, like, oh, I've got full map control right at the beginning. You know, as they level up, it's going to become more and more.
I see. So, okay. So, should it be more like if he has vision of the map, of that area of the map, can he attack
Yes.
that
Yeah.
part of the map? I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of
Yeah, so it's I definitely, yeah, so like it's all right, so looking at these champions, let's take a look at some champions that maybe we can pull some inspiration from. So let's see, maybe Camille, just for kind of the style that she's got going on. We got Caitlyn. Kind of Corky? What would you say, Corky?
a little bit, just because I like his he's got like his package dealio.
Yeah.
Kind of, shoots him a long distance, but
Let's see.
I think Xerath was like the
Yeah.
like, I think his ult is like most ideally what I
Yeah,
think it should
definitely.
be.
Ziggs is also a good one.
That's true.
Jhin also has kind of a long range-esque style.
Right.
Kog'Maw was the original artillery champion.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. I kind of like the idea of Ornn. I'll explain that later.
Mm.
Maybe Rise as sort of like the Mythic Rune style kind of thing,
Yeah.
like built into the abilities.
Swain a little bit too.
Yeah, although his style is a little too aggressive
That is
for
true.
what I
That's
feel
true.
like would fit with Topher.
Yeah, that is a good point.
By the way, if you guys are wondering about the name Topher, I had a friend in high school named Christopher, but we all called him Topher, and he was a year older than me, and he left an impression. let's just leave it at that. He left an impression. And Ziggs. Okay, so I think, all right, so we got some champions to pull from here for basic style. So Camille, I'm thinking we can probably cross her off the list because we have
Yeah.
some other ones to kind of fulfill that niche. So we've got Caitlyn in that she's sort of got like a gun type thing.
And she is one of like the longest attacking in Elite actually as well.
Yeah, you know, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm thinking I kind of want to lean more towards like a, there's a specific, hold up, there's a specific, hold up, so, pause the music real quick, was it the League, it was... Do you remember the video where Rise put his book down or whatever, and like he put his hand over it and like he pulled a ball of energy up? Do you remember what that is?
Oh my gosh.
It's an old video, right?
That is such an old video. Oops, that's back.
Oh God, what was it? It was
Well, wait, there's a second.
we're just
What
gonna do
is this?
Rise cinematics.
Wait. Here, I got. Let me send you one real quick.
Oh, did you find it?
Not the exact one, but it's all about Rise.
Yeah, it's definitely not that one. I don't think. I think it's one of the older ones.
Is it the one? I think I know what you're.
I think it was
Let's
It
see.
definitely wasn't the. I think it was the one where Rise was with Nocturne. Cinematics.
No, oh, here it is.
Oh, you found it? You found it? Okay, cool.
Well, wait, but let me make sure real quick. It could definitely be this one. I remember this one from a long time ago.
I don't think it's this one, but we'll take a
No,
look.
take a look, take a look. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 114 is when Rise pops up.
114. All right.
Yeah, it's Nocturne's in here too.
All right. Oh shit! This might be it actually. All right. This might be it actually. Yeah. No, I think you're right. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Fucking 1080p this bitch. Yeah, because he's gonna drop the book here and he's gonna do it. Yep, here it comes. So then he drops the book. Yeah, this is it. All right. Yep. Yeah, so I think I really like that feel. Okay, cool. So we have that. So God, dude, good fucking memory, man. Jesus. All right, cool. So go ahead and close that tab. Okay. All right, so not Caitlyn. Let's get the music back. Okay. So not Jin, definitely not Kog'Maw. So Ornn, Rise. So I think let's do a combination of the three of Ornn, Rise, and Xerath. I think more of a magical feel to it, right?
Why Ornn?
Huh?
Why Ornn?
So with Ornn, you know how he sort of he sort of builds the runecraft, right? Like that's how it's getting stronger. Like he does the runecraft. This whole thing is I'm building the items. So I thought it'd be kind of a neat idea to kind of incorporate some kind of that kind of feel to it. So that's why his artillery gets stronger and farther ranged. So he holds down the fort at the base, right? He protects their quote-unquote nexus,
Right.
while improving not only his gear, but possibly the other, others, the other gear that, so when the rest of his team maybe, like, recalls or whatever, they have an upgrade or something waiting for them. I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like, that's kind of maybe that idea.
Yeah,
Like,
I definitely feel like if it could end up being a little too overloaded if we end up like, I'm not saying that's bad, but like, because Ornn's whole kit is kind of around his whole building thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. So, like, I think the idea that I would like for it is, so, like, the whole idea of his character is kind of being the again, like, the artillery thing.
Right.
So, I feel like what that would do is that would maybe give more of a, like, an in-depth view of the map. Like, instead of just having the mini-map available to him, he has like, an actual, like, first-person map that he can pull up. You know what I mean?
We actually like gave him a book like that he could open up and like pull up to, like, the map of the thing, and then also use his.
So here's the thing. So one of the things that we're going to be doing with how this game works, right, is it's going to be proximity based, meaning you can't hear the other person, like your teammate, unless you're within proximity of him. So unless you're a certain type of character where you can do the communications from where you're at to the various other members in the field.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be like one of the things that his character brings to the table, so that he is sort of their comms tower. They can't communicate directly with each other unless they're within proximity, but if they can communicate with each other through him.
That's actually, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting concept, right?
He could also be using Zero to communicate as well. Since...
Exactly, yes. That's why him and Zero work so well together.
Yeah.
Jeff says Battlefield control isn't just area denial, it's also buffing allies and C-buffing enemies. I don't know what that... I think he means debuffing enemies.
Oh,
Yeah, because the S and D are right next to each other. A good option would be to give him the option to choose between crafting ally buffs and enemy debuffs. Not a bad idea, but the thing is, though, is I think we might save that for Jiggy, because he's the enchanter support of the team. And I feel like if we give the long-range artillery guy the ability to debuff and buff allies from a distance, that might be a little overloaded. I don't want to be. I don't want no 200-year shit being thrown at us, if you know what I mean. And Benny gets it. We don't need no 200-year champion memes going on.
Yep, that's definitely. That's what I was. Yeah.
All right, so kind of rune magic then is kind of what we're thinking. Do you think that might be kind of a
No, I like that
right.
a lot.
Rune magic rune so it's gonna be artillery based, but it's also gonna be information based, I guess. Info gathering. No, information specialist maybe. Yeah, rune artillery and information.
Yeah.
So yeah, rune, artillery, and information based. Yeah, okay. Alright, I like that.
So we've got the very
Also obligatory hashtag Spawn Karthus reference. It'd be a real dick move for me to use my alt right now. Real dick move. I will be, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab something to drink. So, entertain chat. I'll be right back.
Ooh, ooga booga. I am so entertaining. I'm not actually all that entertaining. I'm entertaining to myself, actually, I should say. I do laugh at most of my jokes, because nobody else really does. It's pretty interesting. To me, anyways.
Sad, I think you mean.
Here from the distance, all the way from the kitchen. I really need to get better headsets. I'm jealous of the wireless headsets. Or, I do have a wireless headset, but mine is like super old, and so I can barely go to the kitchen anymore. It is quite the tragedy. Yeah. Artillery, information based. Distance. What else would kind of have the no mobility at all? Really just have this image of this guy walking around with a giant artillery cannon.
Okay, I'm back.
Just like wheeling it around. Welcome back.
Okay. So I guess what kind of theme, like, for look-wise? Because, so, like, with Pandora, do you remember what Pandora looks like, Benny?
Vaguely, actually. I don't.
Let me send you a picture of her real quick.
Yeah. Probably in our.
Here we are.
Oh, she's it's on the screen.
Yeah,
On the
also
screen.
that. Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh, I forgot how cool she looks.
Right? She looks awesome, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's like a panther dragon chimera type feel.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
fucking,
yeah,
Riot should just hire us for champion design. We do a hell of a lot better than they've been doing.
Cassante looks kind of cool, kind of overloaded still, but
All of their characters are overloaded. Okay, that is the fucking meme now. They've embraced it.
It's still better than Dota, I will say.
Yeah, that they have embraced. They stopped trying to hide it. Ooh, I like that. Champion Spotlight, Envy the Rune Artificer. I like that.
Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking sweet, actually. Hold up, we're gonna. I'm just gonna Google image the Rune Artificer. See what we get.
Oh.
See- It gives us some ideas.
That's pretty cool. That
looks pretty fucking sweet, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Very, like a fucking Magic Iron Man almost.
actually, that's really good. That's a really cool idea.
Let's see. Ooh. I kind of like... That's a pretty sweet looking idea right there, where it's got kind of a...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I forget that, like, Rune Artificer thing is, like, like, Artificer is actually a thing in D&D right now, so, like,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that idea, actually. Like, we got a lot of neat ideas for...
Oh, yeah. Actually.
I like it.
Yeah, I really like that idea.
So, alright, so we have an idea for, like, visuals now, but now we gotta figure out, you know, how his kit would actually work.
Hmm. So, if it's artillery and information gathering... Is it gathering or... Yeah, yes, it's gonna be information gathering. Well, actually... It's not going to be too much information gathering. The information gathering would mainly be
is done by Eve, where
Yeah.
she's providing the vision, but he is getting he can see in-depth information from the vision instead of just your basic mini-map.
Yes, that's true.
So, like, you know, if someone were to walk within his vision, where he has vision, he can see in-depth information about them.
Yes, yeah, I like that.
But the trade-off, of course, being is this motherfucker is slow. He has no real movement. If you can get to him,
No mobility.
like you're in trouble, or rather, he's in trouble. So, you know, it's such a high-paced game that's why nobody really uses that type of character, because it's like, you know, it's such a fast-paced game. It's like, all right, this motherfucker, all right, is using fucking 5-headed in current day Yu-Gi-Oh. All right, that is the speed discrepancy right there. All right, motherfucker hits like a goddamn truck, but he's slow as shit.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, because the whole point, because the whole meta of the current state of Legacy, at the current point in the story, is hyper aggressive, you know, balls deep, go, kill things, capture the big objectives.
Right.
Look up Iron Kingdom Artificer for a Steam. Okay, alright, let's see what we got here. Oops. Ooh. I kind of like that, honestly. That's pretty sweet looking.
That is cool. Yeah.
I do like the idea. Oh, this is gonna be fun, having Miki make something in this vein. You know what? Actually, I just thought of something that would be kind of cool as sort of like an offshoot. Like, nobody really does this. Even when they do use this character, they don't really like the idea behind the character is because he's a rune artificer, right? Dude, he could have like little fucking golems that protect him.
That would be cool. Actually.
So like it's like that's how. Oops, we're back on the script. So that's how like they protect themselves when people are getting a little too close to them. Is they kind of, you know, like, all right, golems, keep them off me, kind of thing.
Right.
So I kind of like that. Okay, cool. So so with the rune, with all right. So let's first focus on the artillery side of things.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So basically, it's gonna be blasting down magic throughout the map where you.
Yeah. So it's gonna be kind of a wide range AOE kind of thing. So the idea being is so the current meta is, you know, get the very large capture objectives, because if you recall, there are three quote unquote teams in each game. All right, so there's the 2-player teams, and then there's the NPC controlled team, right? And the NPC is neutral in that it will attack both parties.
Yeah.
And so, if the game goes on long enough, it is actually possible for the NPC to beat both the players, and both teams lose.
Right.
So, the idea with the game is to capture the very large objectives, because those are worth the most points, and kind of ignore the smaller objectives.
Does this holding on to a point will get you points towards winning the game? Or
there are various different objectives that can spawn randomly as the game progresses.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the more points you get, the faster you're able to level. And the faster you hit max level, the faster you can take out the enemy base.
Right.
So that's basically it. That's how it all works. So, the idea with going with this artillery type of idea is you have AJ and Kyle kind of, going after the, a lot of the smaller objectives, knocking them out very quickly, right? Yeah. So that they're getting the smaller points, the smaller pieces of the pie, but they're going down so quickly because of how much damage they're doing, and they're uncontested. While you have Topher, Eve, and Jay providing support in slowing down the enemy on the larger objectives, and manipulating the NPCs with the artillery and the traps, and kind of funneling them towards the enemy teams. That's the whole strategy of their team, and it works. It works phenomenally well. So that's kind of the whole idea. Their whole strategy is, we don't need to beat you. We just need to not lose to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The idea is we're gonna sandbag you so fucking much that we're going to kill you you're going to be killed by 1,000 tiny cuts. Because
means that the Topher is actually, the artillery is actually perfect for that.
Exactly, yes. He's kind of the linchpin of their strategy. So it's a very kind of rags to riches almost for his character development, because he's like, all right, you know what? Hold up, let's go over the first what I have here for this first scene. All right, check this out. Let me turn down my music just a smidge. Okay, so check this out. So you want to do a cold read?
We can just read through it. I'm not the best. Can't do acting too well.
That's what a cold read is.
Oh, okay, sure.
So, do you want to do Pandora or Envy?
I'll do Pandora.
All right. Earth-shattering explosion is heard.
What was that?
The enemy is here! Render attack!
Shit. I thought we had more time. What happened to the others?
They're dead! Sorry. They're all dead! No. They must have been cut. Oh, hold on. It is really hot in here. I'm going to turn my fan on and open my window. Just give me just a moment. There we go. Okay. They must have been cut out. But they were at Point Zeta. How is the enemy already here?
They must have split into 2 groups. Figures our worthless squad would die so easily, and without letting us know they were under attack before they died to boot.
Yeah, so, like, the idea here is, because this is how it starts. Everything's kind of thrown in, so it's not made apparent yet that this is a game they're playing. So, like, Pandora's callous attitude towards their squad, when you don't have the full context, is like, holy shit! This bitch is cold! By the way, this is before she has her current character that you see on screen.
Oh.
And it'll make sense here in a moment when you see this. This is bad. What do we do, Pandora? We're going to die!
I just need a little bit more time before my weapon is fully charged. I need to keep them off me until then.
See, weapon is fully charged. She's a hand-to-hand specialist towards later points in the story. So at this point, they're still trying to figure out what works for them.
Right.
Oh man, this is bad! This is bad!
Envy, shut the hell up and listen to me. I need to keep them off me until I'm ready. If you can hold the line, then I think I can take them myself with your support. We can still salvage the situation. I just need a little more time.
Right, keep them off you. How much time do you need?
60 seconds, give or take. You can do this. You got this.
Okay, you're right. I can do this. I've got this. he's a very nervous character. Like, you know, because again, he doesn't handle pressure well. And it was when he's in the thick of it. If he can look at it and get the full picture, then he's able to handle it better. Also, the music playing is perfect for this. Envy runs out of sight. Why is sight spelt like that? God damn it. Hold up. There we go. Fighting is heard in the distance. Now, why did I say that? I'm just gonna let her down like I always do. Pandora's always bailing me out whenever I get in over my head. Explosions are heard closer. By the way, if I'll do the enemy as well.
Okay.
Damn it! Damn it, Envy! Stop it! Get out of your own head and do your job! The enemy doesn't know where we're at. If I can ambush them, I might finish this before Pandora finishes charging her weapon. Footsteps can be heard, getting closer. And then you hear the enemy kind of around the corner. I've almost cleared them out. Seems like my squad killed the frontliners. Time to clean up the leftover trash. And inner monologue. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this! Hey, Artemis, go lie down. Fighting is heard from a distance.
Alright, fully charged. Time to kick some ass. God, I hope Envy isn't dead. That would just ruin my whole day.
Again, kind of like, God damn, this bitch is cold. Like, she kind of says it, like, God, I hope Envy isn't dead. That would just ruin my whole day. Like, she's so flippant about her teammates dying. And again, before we realize this is in a game, it kind of sets her up as, like, this fucking sociopath. Heavy breathing.
Wow, you look like shit, Envy. The enemy really laid into you, but hey, you did it. Good job. I'll take it from here. Stay behind me. I got... What?
I'm sorry, got what? Got owned? I couldn't agree more.
Son of a...
Blue team eliminated. Red team wins.
Bitch! Why the hell did they make a champion that can disguise themselves as your allies? God fucking damn it.
This is a direct reference to my fucking disdain and hatred for Nico. Fuck Nico! Fuck you, Riot, for making Nico! I fucking hate her. I'm sorry, I tried to get the jump on her, but I messed up my rotation and missed my stun.
Damn it, Envy. You're a good player, you really are. You've got amazing map awareness, but you just can't handle high-stress battles. Why the hell do you insist on being a hyper carry? You're really not cut out for it. Try support or something.
And so this is sort of hinting, because again, they only know each other on game. They don't know each other in real life right now. And so, Envy doesn't want to let people know that he's related to Pride, because Pride is currently on the best team in the world. So, anyway, I have my reasons. I'll get better. I know I will. I just need to practice.
You've been saying that since the start of the placement tournament. If you haven't gotten better by now, it might be best to just cut your losses and try something else.
I just don't understand why I can't get a feel for it.
Well, I think one of our biggest problems is your overall lack of teamwork. Our overall lack of teamwork.
What the hell? We have great teamwork.
Sorry, I meant we keep playing with randos. No matter how on point you and I are, we can't compensate for trash tier teammates. The problem is finding people who are not only good but not toxic. Not only good but not toxic.
Yeah. True. It's a minor miracle we happened upon each other randomly in a game.
Well, you were the only halfway competent person on that team.
Thanks?
You're only one because you and I managed to drag our team by the balls to victory.
Sound familiar, Benny? We fucking had to do that several times. Only reason we won because Benny and I dragged our fucking team by the balls to victory.
By the balls.
It's just such a toss-up if we'll find someone who will be a good fit for us in a random game online.
Fair, but I don't know anyone in real life who plays, so it's not like I can just ask my friends IRL.
That's a great idea! Friends in real life!
You don't have any friends.
Fucking ouch.
Love you, boo.
Yes, I love you, boo! Seriously though, I'll just make a club based around forming a team for this game at my high school. There's bound to be others in my school who play that are looking for a team too.
Oh, you're in high school? Didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I'm a sophomore this year. I'll look into getting the club made tomorrow during my free period. I'm off for the night. See ya! And that's the first scene. So, it really showcases, at least in this case for Envy, how he's not super confident in his abilities. He wants to be good, he just kind of sucks. At least at being a hyper carry.
Right.
Crafter, Nico is a character in League of Legends. Hold up. Nico. This is Nico. Alright? And so, way back when Riot would do regular interviews about kind of their plans for future characters, they said, and I quote, that they would never make a champion that could falsify their own health. Because that is, and I quote, anti-fun. So, not only does Nico falsify what her fucking health is, she can literally transform into versions of her own team, so that, and she copies what their health looks like. So, like, say you're fighting someone on the enemy team, and their health is super low, and then you lose sight of them. Suddenly you see them again, and you jump on them, suddenly it's a full health Nico, using her godforsaken AoE stun ultimate, and suddenly you're just dead. So this is, and then we've got fucking Viego, who literally transforms into the enemy team after he kills them. So this is a combination of Nico and Viego, because holy shit, they are fucking trash tier garbage champion ideas. like Viego is one of two champions in the game that the better the enemy team is doing, the better he is. Because if for whatever reason your hyper carry dies in a team fight, he can turn into that hyper carry and get not only their fucking strengths and abilities, but all of their fucking stats, meaning the items they have, and start shredding your fucking team. Why is that a good idea?
Does he really get their stats?
Yes. Nope. He gets everything except their ultimate.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking horseshit, dude. So, anyway, that's sort of the idea with Topher and his character arc. So I'm really looking forward to that. So, all right. Anyway, Rune Artillery. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but, like, I would like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how we can make it interesting. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, do we make it so that, like, he can make different kinds of artillery?
Like what do you mean?
So, like, for example, he can make sort of like an anti-personnel artillery, right? Where it's geared towards doing more damage to players and NPCs. And then he can make like an anti-structure artillery, where it's there to help take out objectives. So it does more damage to objectives, but very little to actual players.
Quick question: Would this wouldn't do damage to friendlies? Would it?
Ooh, that's a good question. Friendly fire. I would say no. Because there's no friendly fire in any MOBA that I know of.
Right. Which... Just imagining, Pandora fighting one-on-one with somebody, then all of a sudden this huge...
this huge fuck-up artillery. I would say that it wouldn't damage them, but it would give them maybe like a movement debuff or something. That way you can't just drop artillery in the middle of a one-on-one fight.
Right, yeah.
Because there has to be some drawback to mean... Because, like, if that were the case, then there's no reason for someone not to always be running artillery, because then you just have constant advantage.
Yeah, basically. Well, we could make it and just, like, have zero flaws with that, but give him, like, some more major flaws that makes him really hard to use, which... Like, we could also make it like his location is like broadcasted whenever he uses his artillery.
Ooh, I like that. It's sort of a well, only when he actually fires the artillery.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Location broadcast or becomes visible on mini-map when firing artillery. I like that, because then, yeah. There we go. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Types of artillery. Structure, damaging, and... damaging, and player damaging. Teammates caught in AoE get movement debuff for a short period. Okay, cool. And then that's alright, Crafter. This isn't, we're not doing anything League of Legends for League of Legends. We're just kind of using it as some inspiration. So what I'm working on here is an audio drama that I've been working on for several years now, that I've kind of been working on and off of when I remember that I have it to work on, called Win or Die. And so it is based, the whole idea is based around kind of a MOBA type style game. And so we're trying to design the in-game characters for the main characters. And the character in the bottom right that you see on screen is AJ and her in-game character Pandora. So, alright. Let's see. Do you think we need to expand any more on the artillery, or do you think it's pretty straightforward on that one? Because I almost feel like maybe a less is more approach for the artillery side of things might be kind of alright. You know, because, like, really, how specific can we get with fucking artillery?
One second, sorry.
It's alright.
Alright, say that again, sorry?
Just a moment. Alright, so with... I'm not sure if there's really anything else that we need to expand upon for the Rune artillery side of things, in terms of what it does, because, I mean, I mean, really, how specific can we get with fucking artillery? You throw it up, it falls down, it goes boom.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think the real where we should really get into the meat and potatoes is the information side of things.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so has long range communication so long as he's immobile.
Yeah, I like that.
Communications so long as character is immobile.
So, like, yeah. So, how would he be using the artillery? Would it, like, I suggested a book earlier, but like, what would be like the source of his power there?
So I think one of the things that we can sort of use the images here as kind of like an idea, right? Where like it could be like the golems that he has are the ones firing the artillery for him.
Oh, that would be cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say, like, when he's for his long communication, he could like open up, like, I don't know, whatever he has, and just like becomes like actually immobile and can't move. While
yeah,
he's looking at
exactly. Yeah.
Communication.
The communication part is specifically while he's using long range communication and his maps, he cannot move. He is immobile.
Right. Right.
So it's a very hyper niche character.
Yeah.
Okay. And map information. So long as character is immobile. Map. Okay. Let's see. How best to word this? Basically, when he has sight in that area, more information would be available to him. Like he effectively, like if he has sight there, then he effectively has sonar in that area, like a UAV, effectively.
Yeah, I like that.
So it's sort of like, and that's what makes the fucking traps from Zero synergize so well with this character, because it's effectively like, those traps are now sending out fucking pings, and if you're within that ping area, he gets information on you. Like, I would almost imagine what do you think of this? If enemy players are within his area, like his when he's got his communications open, he can tune in to their comms.
That would be cool. Yeah. Within a certain area, yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah, so I like that. Yeah, so that way the fucking information is just bananas. All right, yeah. So long as character has sight of target area on map, are able to ping the area and collect information on the collect information. I feel like I can word that better. Help me out here.
So long as character has sight of targeted area, ping area, and collect information. So are you saying like if he has sight of the area, he can tap into
so basically, as long as there's no fog of war in that area, meaning a teammate is there, or something that the teammate, in this case the traps, then he can collect information within a certain radius around that area.
Area on map, they're able to ping the area. I mean, I think that's okay. They're able to ping the area. Or ping the area with like the sonar thing is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's okay.
Okay. Enemy players within range of pings. Hold up. Can intercept comms from enemy players within range of pings. What do you think?
Within range of pings or within range of himself?
Pings, specifically.
Okay, so he can, like, if somebody were on the other side of the map and we had vision of that, he could...
He can pick up their comms.
Okay, cool.
I don't think there's anything else.
I mean...
Oh, hold up. Can spawn golems to, can spawn short range golems for defense. Can spawn artillery golems. There we go.
Perfect.
There we go. I like it. I like that. That is a... Hell yeah. Oh, I cannot wait to have Miki start working on this sucker. This is going to be fun.
No kidding. He's going to be cool. Oh, man.
Yeah, this character fundamentally just would not work in League, but,
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But that's alright. Alright, so Eve and Jay are, they're adoptive siblings. Meaning they were both adopted. And so they're, Jay is, like, the big, hulking fucking, like... It's stereotypical, maybe, but, like, he's, like, the big... You know who Bucha is from Aragear, right?
I do, yeah.
Think that, but the fat version. He's a big fucking teddy bear, just a big black teddy bear.
There's a word for that. It's like something giant, like...
Gentle giant.
Gentle giant, yes.
He's a gentle giant until someone tries to fuck with Eve.
Yes.
Then it's got the, now you fucked up. And Eve, so, like, he's, like, 6 foot tall. I mean, this motherfucker is big. Eve is, like, this little, like, 4'8", fiery Latina chick. And, so, like, I'm really looking forward to casting for her, personally.
Yeah.
Because, I need someone who is fluent in Spanish. Because there are going to be times where she just flips over to Spanish and starts talking mad shit.
That'll be funny. Yeah. Do you know anybody? Do you have anybody in mind?
I know one person that I think is fluent. I'm pretty sure she said she's fluent in Spanish.
Okay.
Actually, she just got cast for her first video game role recently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
Awesome.
Okay, so now we can kind of close out of these. Alright, so... Zero, I want to be a mix between... We have Teemo, Ziggs, and Zoe. So, Teemo because traps, Ziggs because explosives, and Zoe because very high mobility and teleporting around.
Oh, yeah.
So,
did we want her to have any kind of invisibility? Did we talk about that?
No invisibility. Just very high mobility. She is effectively a glass cannon with very little to zero actual direct damage. Her the traps and stupid high mobility. So yeah.
Right. How would the traps go? Would these just be like Ziggs traps, like where they're just like not Ziggs traps, but like
Teemo.
Are they explosives?
Yeah. So Teemo's traps would be basically they would be like proximity traps.
Right.
Jeff, oh god, Teemo Shrooms, but he can teleport. What kind of monster have you created? But yeah, she's a very high energy character. Very high energy. So think an angry Latina Zoe. Right?
Oh, do we want to give her like multiple kinds of traps that she
Yes.
can put down?
Yes. Different kinds of traps. One of the ones that I wanna give is sort of like sticky traps, and that she can put on teammates.
Oh.
Granted, it'll give them a movement debuff when it explodes, but still. Yeah.
Just put a bunch of traps on oh, that's actually very funny.
Right? It's a great idea. So she's gonna be a fun character.
Mm.
Okay. So, yeah, well, one of the ideas that I have here, for like the character interactions. So it's you know, later on, because Topher has like no confidence in himself, right? Like that's his character, you know.
Right. Right.
And but he has a thing for AJ later down the line. Like it's no secret he's crushing on AJ hard. But
Yeah.
you know, AJ doesn't see him in that light because of course not. She popular girl, he nerd.
I forgot about that part of the story. Yeah.
Yep. And she's got a thing for Kyle because he's a fucking asshole. And
Right.
Having been one of those assholes in high school, I can confirm generally the girls go for the assholes. I'm not proud of that fact. I just want to say I'm not proud of that fact. I hate who I used to be. Like genuinely hate who I used to be. Like I look back and I just want to die. So anyway,
I still remember your line. Like I think it was like a pickup line you used. Like I like the decorations in your living room or something like that. Or
no. It was like I would run like, you know, like one of the girls that I was trying to, you know, that I had a thing for or whatever, right? And we would keep running into each other. And one of them said something to the effect of like, you know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you were stalking me. And I go, oh no, never. By the way, I love I love what you've done with your living room.
Yes. I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said something that reminded me of it.
So, Crafter, this is Zoe.
Nice shoes. Wanna fuck?
Yeah. So hold up. Let me pull up Zoe's thing because I love Zoe. Did she ever get a cinematic?
I don't think so.
She we got a kind of a teaser for her, I guess. So the champion spotlight.
Hmm.
So all right, here we go. We'll go ahead and. Very, very mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you go. that's Zoe. That's the idea behind Zoe. Also, Doge, it took you long enough. Hour and a half, man.
I'm tired.
You're always tired. What else is new? So, anyway, Doge, while you were gone, or rather, while we were waiting for you, we went ahead and figured out how Envy would play.
Okay.
So, let me get the music back. There we go. Hold up. Stop. Let's try that again. There we go. Anyway, so we got Topher's character figured out. Give it a read. Let me know what you think.
Rune artillery with information based. Location becomes visible on mini-map firing. 2 types of artillery, structure damage and player damage. Teammates caught an AoE damage. Movement debuff for short period. Yeah. Has long range communicators and map information so long as character is in. Whoop. So as long as the character has sight on the target on the map, they are able to ping the area and collect information. Oh, that's cool. So it's kind of like standing your ground and like having a set of binoculars.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Can intercept comms from enemy players with a range of pings. Can spawn short-range golems for defense. Can spawn artillery. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun idea, isn't it? Like it's very, the idea is he stays at the base and just turrets up basically.
Yeah, relaying information.
So the reason, the comms thing, how we're doing it is they are proximity based. So in the game, you can communicate with your team if you're within proximity of them. That's how it's supposed to be played. No Discord calls. Fuck that.
No Discord calls in competitive play.
Yep. The idea is you play and you have comms. You can communicate with them when you're within a certain distance of them. Right? But once you're out of that distance, you can't communicate with them. You can't hear them anymore. Right? But with his character, as long as he is immobile, he can communicate with the rest of his team. They can't communicate to each other, but they can do so through him. And then, with Eve's character, Zero, the one that we're working on now, her traps are going to work like Teemo's in that it gives sight to both her and in this case, Topher, because he has that communication and map information as long as he's immobile. So, no one else on the map can see where her traps are, except her and Topher. So, it's like a match made in heaven. So, really good synergy there. But she's not going to have, she's not going to have a whole lot of damage outside of her traps. And so yeah, that's kind of the idea there. But as for the character interactions, Eve is going to end up having a thing for Topher at some point. So you get the it's kind of funny when you think about it. You get the kind of the shy nerd, right? And then the fucking fiery Latina is like, "Excuse me, sir, he asked for no pickles." So I'm one of the characters I'm looking forward to writing Eve probably the most. I love writing those fucking fiery high energy characters. She's not even she's 4 foot. She's 4'8", and she is a fucking little ball of fire. I will pick a fight with literally anyone. Fuck you. And the thing is, though, the best part is when people actually get ready to square up against her, you see the fucking imposing 6-foot Jace standing behind her, giving the fuck around and find out look, so they back off, and Eve's like, yeah, I'm a badass. So, this will be fun. she's kind of like she still has a bite to her, and you still probably wouldn't want to fuck with her because she'll get on you like a spider monkey, but when she bites off more than she can chew, she's got Jay as backup.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Kyle, and he's basically the Bakugo.
Draven. He just reminds me completely of Draven. I think his whole thing.
Well, I kind of want his character, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I fucking hate this character, but for him it makes sense. Where is she? Samira.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, she encompasses exactly what I was thinking for his character.
Is he gonna play a female character or a male character?
No, it will be a male character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you talking about, like, her kit?
Yeah, her kit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very mobile,
Yeah, so it's, mid to close range hyper carry.
Oh, right, yes, yeah.
So, it's between, him and AJ are gonna be their front line, basically. Because they're super fast. They can traverse a lot of distance fairly quickly and take out targets fairly quickly as well. But, like, they're not going to be able to take out the big targets fast. That's kind of like a full team thing. But, like, the smaller targets, like I said, the smaller pieces of the pie, they can take those out fairly quickly between the two of them.
Right.
So, while they're moving around, capturing and destroying, smaller map objectives, Topher, Eve, and Jay are just playing merry hell with the enemy team. I don't know if you played while we did this, Benny, but do you remember the hit and run tactics that we did while we were playing the Final Fantasy PvP?
I heard about it, but I never joined you guys for it.
Yeah, alright, dude, we changed the goddamn meta for Final Fantasy PvP while we did that. I shit you not. Like, there was a noticeable change. Like, seriously, during these objective captures, before we started playing, and when we first started playing, everyone was like, go, 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 go. We gotta, when the large one would come up, everyone would just bumblefuck into the main area. And it would be just a fucking fustercluck of the three main teams duking it out until one team could get enough of an advantage to capture the large objective. And this would go on for like 10 fucking minutes. And it was so slow. And so I'm like, alright, guys, I have a better idea. Let's all load up on the exact same mount that has an emote, right? And we'll go around and we'll take smaller objectives from the enemy team while they're all focused on the big objective. Right? And it worked. We won so many games because of that. And what's funny, though, is when the enemy teams kind of started to catch on, like, little, like, sections of them would catch on, like, 6 to 8 players would come to try and dissuade us. And keep in mind, there's 3 to 4 of us. Me, Asha, Darkon, and occasionally Royce or Doger. Right? So they would come to try and stop us, and then we would start doing our mount emote in succession at the groups. They would stop in their tracks, look at that, like, no, and then they would leave. Dude, it is fucking... It is so funny how consistent that worked. Like, they saw that, and they're like, no, these guys know what they're doing. They're in sync. Let's get the fuck out of here.
It does not make any sense. I don't get that.
Look at that. They're like, these people are too in sync. I don't want to deal with that.
The Chocobo effect.
Dude, and what's... Because, like, they would have it double the amount of people, and we would scare them off 90% of the time. Without having to attack them once. We would run at them, jump, and flap our wings in succession and do, like, a gust of wind at them. And 90% of the time, I fucking counted. They would stop, turn around, and go the other direction. It was so funny, man. And so we did that for like 2 weeks, right? Suddenly, after 2 weeks, we're starting to see other people do what we've been doing, and it stayed that way for the rest of that expansion.
Jeez, were they doing it on the same mount?
No, not the mount, but where they would break
Just
off,
do- yeah,
they
yeah,
break
yeah,
off
yeah.
and collect and try and steal smaller objection points during the big objection point tussle. Cody, the MMO spin-off of Win or Die, Ride or Die, available soon on Audible. Cody, you can join the call if you want, dude. But yeah, no, I definitely like the idea of Kyle having both a gun and a sword of some kind. Or, like, you know, something like that.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm trying to decide if I want Zero to be in-game character to be male or female. I'm thinking, you know, actually, I'm kind of thinking about it. I want the in-game character for Zero to be male, like kind of like a badass, like, hold up. Something like this, you know? Like, definitely not someone you want to fuck with.
Ghosts is female though.
No, Ghosts are both female and male.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Nova is
female, yeah, but like something to that effect, you know, where they're, you know,
Yeah.
like super
Or-
high mobility. Doesn't necessarily have to be. No, actually, no. I like the idea of them being able to blink. Sort of have like a blink ability.
Well, like, what am I thinking of? Played.
Like Zeratul. Yeah, because I like the idea of because Jay's